Divided loyalty. You cannot serve two masters. John Piper once wrote, "No material thing can satisfy the soul. The soul was made to stand in awe of a person. The only person worthy of our devotion and our adoration. All heroes and man-made idols are only a shadow of Christ. And He is the only one that we should worship, and He is the only one that we should serve." Jesus Christ once said in Luke 16:13, "No one can serve or be in bondage to two masters. For either you will hate the one or you will love the other one. You will cling to the one or either you will desert the other one. You cannot serve God and money." And as we look around our world today, we are gripped with fear, apprehension, shock, uneasiness, and doubt for the gods of Wall Street, 401ks, 403bs, investment portfolios, IRAs, and pension funds have fallen, broken apart, and they cannot seem to get back up again. For many who were once billionaires woke up to a dreadful sight. Their gods of money, fame, fortune were all gone. Disappeared and vanished, never to be heard from or seen from again. These men thought money and prestige would sustain them when faced with financial situations. Two men who thought that money and prestige would sustain them were faced with a rude awakening. No one can serve two masters. When we replace the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob with materialism, non-living, non-breathing things, eventually we begin to depend on these things for sustenance, support, and provision. But the truth of the matter is this: cars, jewelry, iPods, cell phones, computers, and other people cannot redeem you from death. For naked you came into this world, and naked you shall leave out of it. No one can serve two masters. Today we will cover the first point of interest. What does it mean to be loyal to God? Napoleon Hill once said, "Lack of loyalty is one of the major causes of failure in every walk of life. As human beings, we often find ourselves committed to, loyal to, and drawn to things that eventually lead us empty, dry, incapacitated, and dead. We think of young women who are committed to stardom and fame and having their names up in lights. But most of these young girls are now strung out, turning tricks, and addicted to methamphetamines. Why? Their dreams dashed and destroyed. They become loyal to the wrong dream. They cannot serve God in stardom. We often hear about young men who are loyal to the sports world. The breaking of records, championships, big endorsements, fame, and fortune. Many of these men have destroyed their bodies with steroids. Others are doing prison time. And many become homeless and broke only because they cling to and adhere to the wrong master. For we cannot serve two masters. Now, when we use the word loyal or loyalty, what do we mean? 1. Steadfast in allegiance to one's homeland, government, or sovereign. 2. Faithful to a person, ideal, custom, cause, or duty. Loyalty. 3. being faithful to, unmovable toward, and fully committed to a thing. So when we use the word loyal or being loyal to God, this is what we are saying. That our allegiance to God, our commitment to God, our reliance on God should not be moved, hindered, swayed, despite the situation, circumstance, feeling, or cause. We should stand with God and stand up for God at all times. The Bible puts it this way in Deuteronomy 6:5. If we are truly loyal to God, then we should love Him with all of our hearts, with all of our souls, and with all of our might. But if we are honest with ourselves, how many of us would choose God over great riches? If we are honest with ourselves, how many of us would choose our own lives over God? But the Bible says, if we love our own lives more than we love God, we are not worthy of God. The Bible also says that if you love your children, your mother or your father more than you love Christ, you are not worthy of Christ. You cannot serve two masters. Being loyal to God means loving Him more than life itself. Deuteronomy 6:5. Being loyal to God means putting Him first before all things. Matthew 6:33. Being loyal to God means forsaking sin, perversion, and disobedience. Matthew 18:3. Being loyal to God means spending time with Him daily. Acts 17:11. Being loyal to God means not loving this evil, sin-sick world. 1 John 2:15. Being loyal to God means respecting your body. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Being loyal to God means walking away when everybody else is doing it. Psalms 1:1. Being loyal to God means worshiping and serving only Him. For you cannot serve two masters. God did not ask for our loyalty. He demands it. For Exodus 20:3 declares, you shall have no other gods before me. Complete loyalty. Exodus 34:14 says, for thou shalt not worship any other God, for the Lord whose name is jealous is a jealous God. Absolute loyalty. Deuteronomy 5:9, you shall not worship any other God, nor shall you serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the evil doings and the wickedness unto the fathers, unto the third and fourth generation of those that hate Him. You cannot serve two masters. Part 1.